Hello you gorgeous people. Quite funny that this week we've talked about influencer status, and I'm in the beautiful village of Dedham putting together some content images for myself and a client. Had to have really good hot chocolate in that place over there. Very, very, very good hot chocolate. Might have to have some more another day. Anyway, I spot the phone box and there's a lady taking a photo, and I realised that it's an influencer. So I went over and laughed and I said, "Oh, do you remember the old days when we used to have real jobs?" To which she turned around and she said, "Well, actually, no, in the olden days, well, young women couldn't have jobs. They couldn't have their own businesses." I was like, yeah, no, I started in business in the 90s, and I was a young woman, had a really successful career in a small business. And she said, no, young women couldn't have businesses, so I'm very grateful for this opportunity to have a business. Okay, so you're now calling me a liar. And I said, oh, I was going to take your photo and say how lovely you look. And she went, no, well, I wish you a blessed day, and I'm going to move along now. So I didn't have my cool calmness about me, and I said, but we did have jobs. 30 years ago, there were plenty of young women getting out there and kicking ass. Where do you think the Spice Girls come from, love? We were here first. And do you know what? Live and let live, I say. Completely live and let live. Beautiful young woman. But it does worry me that that influencer is sharing that young women couldn't have businesses, and that to be a young woman in business, you've got to be incredibly good looking and be lucky enough to have a very kind mum following around taking your photo. You do business the way you want to. You influence the way you want to. You do not have to live in a pretty little countryside village on the outskirts of Essex and Suffolk to make a successful business. You do not need to be beautiful. You do not need to have your hair and makeup done. Well, I'll tell you what you do need to do. You need to be nice. Try not to be rude. Live and let live, I say. But when someone tries to tell me that women didn't have businesses in the 90s, and I was there and I helped people make businesses in the 90s, that worries me, that this person is influencing a generation with the wrong information. So if you know anyone that's not ancient and 50, God dear, so old, you make sure you tell them that at any age you can do anything you want to, and you don't have to look like anyone else, you don't have to be like anyone else, you have to be yourself. All right, that's the biggest thing I ever have to do. Men and women, 20-year-old entrepreneurs that I help, 50-year-old entrepreneurs, even 75-year-old entrepreneurs that I help. We all have to accept that we are who we are, and we've got to work with that. And we've got to be nice people. That was a bit of a shocker. Really threw me. So apparently I didn't do really well in the 90s, and us women weren't growing businesses back then. Perhaps someone should invent the Spice Girls now. Bunch of girls who come along who have got power and believe in themselves. Yeah, perhaps we should. Hang on a sec. I think that's called Kpop. I think we have that. Thank goodness for that. And we had it back in the 90s. Whew, got put in firmly in my place. So I'm a micro influencer. I'm tiny. I'm tiny. But I care about every single person that ever sees my video, and every single person I've met today I've been polite to and kind. Shame she couldn't manage that, isn't it?